Welcome, everyone.
Blite Nation, what is good, y'all?
Ian and Vito back at you again with this one.
Same recording day. Liz is just still watching the dogs.
Yes,
It's the same recording day.
she's still busy.
So
She's probably really not happy she's not here yet. But
yeah,
my parents' plane got delayed back.
yeah.
Sorry,
Hey, it's all good, guys. It's all good. So
there's little issues up in Maine,
I'll let Vito start. Hey,
Colorado, and Maine. Why you trying to take the decision away from the people? Honestly, I gotta say something. Whether you love or hate this man, it shouldn't be down to unelected officials to take the decision away from millions of people to either vote for him or against him. You're taking away people's right to vote against this man as well. It should be their decision to vote yes or no. And they're using the insurrection. Ian, can you tell me when he was charged with insurrection?
Vito, guys, I ain't even gonna lie to you. All right, I I watch politics. I watch politics and society. However the hell you want to label the shit. Vito is probably going to be more detailed with it than I'm not. And by the way, I'm not dodging this question. I'm building up to it. I Vito's going to be more in depth on this than me. I can't do the whole politics a lot only because it makes my head hurt. So Vito gives me update. If something's really screwed up, I get a text message from Vito.
Mm-hmm.
That's when something really like if Vito takes the time to text me about some shit, that means society something went wrong. Okay. Um.
This was just expected at this point. It wasn't even reason to text.
Yeah. So okay. So just so I can understand this, currently right now it's 3 or 4 indictments.
It's 4 indictments.
4 indictments. All right.
Yep.
Are all the indictments federal or are they state
I
indictments?
think there's 2 state, 2 federal.
Okay. So I know one of them is for election
Interference.
interference.
Yeah.
What's the other one?
One is for the illegal property management or something. Funds management.
Oh, is that for the
New York one.
Okay, for the funds.
Mm.
So we got the election, the funds.
Yeah.
Is the other one for the documents?
Yeah, the documents.
Okay,
Is
so that's the
federal.
documents. What's the fourth one for?
Oh, that's the. I think that's another election interference.
So 2 election interferences, the documents one.
Yeah, I think there's one at state, one at federal documents, and then the thing.
So two election ones.
Yeah.
You got the documents one, and then you got the election.
Yeah.
No.
No, we said them all.
Shit, we did. Yeah.
Which one we missed?
Damn. So 2 elections.
Yeah.
The document. Oh, the money. The money one in New York.
Yeah.
Money one in New York.
Money one in New York.
Okay.
Letitia James. Yeah.
So he got 4 indictments. I'm sure there's probably multiple charges within those indictments.
Yeah, it's like 107 different charges. Not a single one is insurrection.
So okay. I know we're gonna get both Democrats and Republicans in this video.
People telling me how wrong I am.
We're gonna get liberals, conservatives. We're gonna get male, female, black, white. Because this is how y'all decide to identify now.
Yeah, it's what it is.
We're gonna get.
Which we love the discussion. Go ahead,
We're gonna get left, right. We're gonna get all this shit. So
we're gonna get hate. We're gonna get love. Bring it.
To me, it's hard to talk about it, only because my first question was, do you think it's I'm going back in time.
Mm-hmm.
Do you think it's fair that a sitting president should be indicted?
No, depending on what it was for.
And
what? No, for what Trump has been indicted for, because what he's been indicted for is bullshit. Nothing he's been indicted for is actually anything of substance.
So, for example,
like indicting somebody for like murder, the president do that. You see what I mean?
Okay, all right.
But what are you talking about for indicting a sitting president? A sitting president or a former president?
Sitting. Because I remember they tried to indict him when he was president. That's what I'm going back
Well,
to.
they did. You can't indict a sitting president. You have to impeach a sitting president,
Okay.
which technically an impeachment is an indictment. That's the process of removing
Okay.
because to able to
This is a lot of jargon.
because in able to indict a president, even technically a former president, you have to be able to impeach them to be and then convict them in the Senate so that way they can be stripped of the presidential status to then be charged federally
Okay.
for said crime.
Okay.
But you have to have proved it. And Trump was cleared by the Senate twice. So he's already been cleared of the election interference
Was he cleared
and the
of this
impeachment.
Senate or the Senate at the time when he was president?
Doesn't matter. He was cleared by both Senate. He doesn't matter. He was already cleared by the Senate.
Okay.
He was cleared by both Senates.
Okay.
The new sitting Senate that came in Joe Biden's Senate technically.
Okay.
He was cleared because you need 2/3 of the Senate to be able to convict. The founding fathers knew what they were doing when they set this up, because otherwise they'd be
Okay.
doing this to every single president that was in there just to try to get them removed from office.
Now, it's hard for me because there's like a billion.
No, ask questions. Go ahead.
It's a million things that
Because
run
if
in my head about.
And again,
this shit
guys,
at the
if I'm
same
wrong,
time.
please put it in the comments below to explain why I'm wrong. I love reading those. But ask
And
questions.
y'all are gonna think I'm dodging with Vito. So I'm not. I'm just trying to understand.
No, please. I love this. Please ask any questions.
So, my question is, for the end game purposes, say for example, Trump goes through all his trials, yada yada yada,
Mhm.
and he's convicted.
Yeah.
Just hypothetically, calm down, guys.
Hang on, let's get this out of the way. They're going to convict him because he's not going to be because he's in a D plus, like 90% Democrat area. He's not going to get a fair trial anywhere he goes. He's going to win on appeal. So they're going to get their conviction at the low level to make it so they can plaster it everywhere. It's going to instantly be appealed and the conviction's going to be gone. You see what I mean? But the initial jury is going to convict Donald Trump on a bullshit, garbage charge, which is just going to make people vote for him even more. Should he be convicted? Hell no. Is he going to be? I know you haven't even read the most of the stuff of the case, and I know you haven't. I'm so well versed on
I just my concern.
overlaying basis of everything. I don't
My
know how deep the charges go on even little thing of what they are, but the overlaying of issues of what's going on, I'm well versed on. Not the minor details of every little case, but I'm well versed on the overarching value of what's going on. So what's your
my
question?
my concern is, say for example, you like he say
So
we
yeah,
next time we vote for president is next year, right? End of next year.
it doesn't. You can still vote for a convicted felon to put them as president. A convicted felon just cannot hold a state office. They can hold federal office, which I guess
To
doesn't.
me, that doesn't make sense.
I guess, but if people put them in power, they can.
Like,
It's because even the because in the case of president,
yeah.
it's people's choice.
Well, so is a governor.
Yes, but it's also the part of the state.
See that to me is weird to me. That to me, I don't. I like. I find I'm iffy with that because whether you like him or not, yet I'm just saying for a hypothetical. Say he gets convicted.
Yeah,
Okay, there's several. He'd have a felony on his record. So, for example, if he gets convicted, there's multiple citizens who got felonies throughout the different states, because I know it's different for different states throughout the country.
yeah,
That even if you have a felony, you can't vote or own a gun.
nope.
So if he gets convicted on a felony and
Yeah,
it's in a federal jurisdiction and case,
yeah.
I don't see how it makes sense that he can't own a gun or vote for himself, but he can run the country.
It's because it's not going to happen. It's going to be. It's going to be. He's going to win an appeal
I see what you're
because
saying with the appeal. But I'm just saying in
Eh,
total, if
in
he
total, if it
goes through,
happens,
that's
it's
the
weird,
thing. What
right?
that's the thing that was confusing me when they were answering the question during the Republican debates. And I think
Yeah,
in the last one, only Vivek rose his hand. If he's convicted of a felony, would you still support him as president?
yeah,
I'm just confused. Like, if you legally can't vote for yourself because every candidate votes,
yeah.
they're still a citizen. If you legally can't vote for yourself,
But you can still have a
how
free
are you
choice
supposed to run? Like, I
because
don't get that.
the whole point of being the leader is not just for you to be put yourself in power; it's for you to win the hearts and minds of the people.
Okay,
You see what I mean? And if
okay,
he's won the hearts and the minds of enough people to vote for him, he doesn't need his one vote.
okay.
I get what you're saying,
Yeah.
but
Is that Liz? Oh, Liz. Hey, Liz is in
she's.
the Liz here in the background. That's just Liz,
I
guys.
see what you're saying with that, but you got to get that out of your head as well because they're gonna convict him.
Okay.
These Democrats are insane right now. And yes, Democrats are insane right now. There is very out of there's maybe one. I think Rokana has said a few logical things, but most Democrats are
What's that?
insane. Rokana is a
There's so
Democrat.
many fucking
Yeah,
people in the government. It's hard to keep track of names.
yeah, I think he's from New York. I can't remember,
Okay.
but he's one of the few that is
Like,
actually decent or said some logical things. I can't say I don't know him
so
that well,
some things have come out
and I
since
can't stand
they.
most of the Republicans either. There's maybe like 20 Republicans I like.
Yeah, I'm sorry, y'all. I'm not saying I'm a Democrat or a liberal. Republican, you make it like I'm not saying go to the Democrats. I'm saying there's a lot of Republicans. You make it really fucking hard to vote for you.
That's what I was saying. You got to stop looking at who the
Like,
fucking party's putting up.
you do.
People need to pay attention to the primaries and look at the candidate and
Which,
put the right
because you,
candidate
you
in.
you got some you in the Republican Party, and it happens in the Democratic Party. You got some people who say some wild fucking shit ideology wise,
And then
and then it ruins it for the whole freaking group.
it's not that the establishment behind the scenes puts whichever candidate they put
That's
the money
true.
behind the candidate they
That's true.
want. It's very hard for the people to actually get their candidate
Which is
through.
why you'll never get it independent
No,
because there's no money in it.
which is why Trump is running as a Republican and not an independent. Because you have to run behind one of the major parties
You
to have
have
the
to.
money.
But
Because the white Republicans hate this guy. Most Republicans hate.
he's been a registered Democrat his whole life before he even ran.
Because let's be real, most MAGA we're not Republicans.
I'm
We
gonna
love
get to y'all
America.
MAGA people in a second.
We love
I'm gonna
America.
get to y'all MAGA people because I'm getting concerned. Uh, but I'm getting concerned, man. Okay, so after Colorado was the first and Maine came,
Yeah.
I'm getting concerned about the court's rights, about the courts like their process and what they're supposed to be doing and stuff.
Mhm.
I get the purpose of the court, like for legal shit, who broke a law and all that. I'm not with the courts deciding who's president.
No, they shouldn't be deciding who's on and off the ballot.
Which I agree. Even Cornell West said that the court should not be deciding who's the president. That should be the people.
Even Krispy Kreme said it.
Ne- Jesus, almost made me drop my soda. Like, you gotta give a brother water, man. But like, I think the moment that I believe that the moment that the court's deciding who's president, that's not a democracy anymore.
We're not a democracy. We're a constitutional republic.
You get me with this every. What is democracy then?
Democracy is what we send our legislators to do. Where our
Okay,
legislators create the laws and
is
vote
that
on
the
which
same
laws
as
to
a
put on.
democratic republic?
No, that's why they keep trying to say the Democrats have been trying to say we're a democracy, democracy, democracy. Because if you actually read what the forefathers wrote, they hated what democracy actually was. Because the democracy at its core is majority rule, where the minority has no say. A constitutional republic, even the minority has a say. That's why every single
Okay,
that's why
okay, all right.
that's why every single state has two senators. no matter if you're as small as Rhode Island
Okay.
or as large as
That
Texas.
okay. That all right. All right. Okay.
We need to stop saying we do democracy here when we send our legislators to do because they vote on the laws for us. We're a constitutional republic because the people decide our leaders to go do that,
Okay. Okay.
which is what the Democrats all they think is that they deserve to be kept in their power spot, so they want to skip over that and just keep saying they're democracy so they can switch over to make majority rule so that way the minority can never say have anything.
Oh,
And you know what
that
that
makes sense.
took?
That's why you got a majority leader and a
Yeah,
minority leader.
right.
Okay.
Do you know that most true democracies turn into socialism, turn into dictatorships?
Okay. Okay.
Because when majority rule, when you get power and you don't be able to actually give and take on each side, like we do in America, each side has always had power.
Okay.
It's not.
Okay.
It's
I see
not
what you're
like
saying. I see what you're saying.
China, where one party's been in power for how long, and nobody ever has any chance at winning an election.
True. Okay.
Or in North Korea, where yes, there's an election, but yeah, Kim Jong Un's really gonna have any chance of losing that.
I see what you're saying. Same thing with Russia.
Those are democracies.
Okay. I think I see what you're saying. Okay. All right. Huh. All right.
Because Kim Jong Un can walk around and say we democratically elect him
Democracy. I love the word.
as president of Korea. I mean,
Democratically. There we go. Yeah.
democratically, there it is.
There we go. There's the word. Democratically. Okay.
Man, I butchered that a little bit, but that's right. You know what
All
I mean?
right.
You see what I mean with that? And there's a lot of people that try to change the language of what this country is. Because if you can get people to stop calling it constitutional republic and get them to forget about the Constitution, you can change the Constitution and people can forget what it actually means.
Hmm. Just for shits and giggles, do you ever think like the Constitution should be like updated or something? It's been a long time since that thing been written.
And for good reason. It's actually withstood the test of time.
I'm not saying remove the Constitution. I'm not. I'm just saying
I
for
know what
shits
you're
and
saying,
giggles.
update it,
Yeah, like it's been just so long. Like
but to be able to update it, you have to bring up something that need to be updated.
huh, yeah,
Which of the amendments of the Constitution would need to be updated? Or what parts of the Constitution would need to be updated that haven't already been updated? So that's what an amendment to the Constitution is. It's an update. It's updated the Constitution. We did that 25 times?
it's like it's weird. It's like America's the hardware, but the Constitution's the software.
Pretty much.
Like,
Which technically, I guess technically an amendment that could be done would probably have to do with social media and having people can be able to have actually us control our own data and not being able to have other companies take our information and just sell it off without being able to pay us for our information.
oh, I see what you're saying there. Yeah, yeah, yeah. That's what you're
I
saying on
think
that
that
one.
every single person should be making a percentage of every single sale that's ever made with our data,
I see what you're saying there.
even if it's only like 2%. If we were making 2% from every company that sold our data, you know how much money every fucking person would be making? You want to talk about solving issues?
Hell, get my man about to go in, y'all. My man Vito about to go in on. Better go in.
Give every single person 1% from every company
Jesus.
of every
Jesus.
time they sell the data.
Yeah, that's a lot. That's
Just 1%.
even the major companies.
From 1% from every
Damn,
company.
that's a lot. That's a lot of money, man. That's a lot. But
Did
so
I just solve something?
Jesus. But okay. So I'm gonna be honest with you guys. You, you come at me all you want. I don't give a shit. Um, I'm not a Trump guy. I'm not. However, I do believe that if you want to vote for him, that is your American constitutional right. I will never dispute that.
I will not deny I'm 100% voting for this man because I can't wait to see everybody shaking in their boots when he's back in the White House.
I'm just confused. Like, what's he gonna run on? Like, what policies you got? You be doing the same thing since 2016? Be doing the same policy?
He did a damn good job the first time. If he can bring back world peace, get this country roaring again, bring back manufacturing. His whole policies, Ian, he wants to bring manufacturing back to the United States. He wants to gut the corruption of the
I
government.
low key, dude. Like, I get wanting things made in America. I get it. I just feel like shit would be hella expensive.
What are you talking about? He brought cars back and the prices dropped.
They did drop. I'm not well in manufacturing, so y'all can clown me all you
The
want.
prices went
You can
back
clown.
up when Biden put all the regulations back because Ian, you have to understand, and he pissed off a lot of the environmental people because he stripped a lot of useless environmental regulations that were just costing the companies more money. He brought them back. They were able to sell the cars for pretty much what they were selling them for because he cut the cost over here to be able to balance it so they didn't have to increase the price to sell it because it was made in America.
Okay,
He was actually bringing a lot of manufacturing right back here. And then Biden outsourced it right back to China because he brought all those regulations right back onto these companies.
is that the
And
same thing as retail?
well,
Like for retail stuff, like for appliances and
oh,
shit.
it's everything. Doesn't matter what company you are.
Uh,
Regulations are regulations. Every company has to follow certain
I
things
mean,
in
I feel
certain.
like some regulations are needed on
Oh yeah,
some shit.
there's some, but there's a lot of useless ones that were put in place. Don't ask me which is exact little ones because there's every little details that you could. If we wanted to look them up, we could go into really really long details on
I'm
that.
sure the list is like.
But there's like certain little things that you had to have that were useless, that were wasting time, that were
Hmm.
like time gating projects for no reason.
Now,
Trump removed that, made things get done smoother, made things cheaper for things to be able to be produced, which made Americans be able to put to work because some stuff was back here.
I ain't gonna lie to y'all. This shit is like a movie that don't end.
Well, well, it'll
It's
end
like a
in
movie.
it'll end in 2028 when Trump wants out of the White House because he can't be elected again.
Now,
And I understand where you're coming from, but you also watch a lot of TikTok where all they do is attack
well,
him.
no, I do. I'm not trying to believe in all of it. I'm just, I like looking
But
at different
I know,
perspectives
but
and
it is
stuff.
hard when you see a lot because their attack videos on him are good. They are good. People don't want to say they're not. The attack
Like,
videos on Trump, the way they make him look, people don't understand how the left actually makes how evil they make him look.
didn't he just say something? And please correct me if I'm wrong. Didn't he just say something about the? He was saying something about the immigrants. Was they like poisoning the blood of the country? Is that him saying that, or is that?
He said the illegal immigrants
Is
are
that
poisoning.
that had me feeling the type of way? I ain't even gonna lie to you.
It's honestly the truth because it's what he's saying is because Ian, we had this conversation when he first came in. What did California just do?
Don't get me wrong. I ain't gonna lie to you. The immigration system right now
It
is
is trash
wild in right now.
because
It's wild.
the people that are coming are every. It's not every single person is a poor person that is just miserable and needs something to stay. There's a lot of people taking advantage of the system that are evil, evil people that are coming through. Those are the people that he's talking about when you actually look at the full context of everything that he's saying.
I can understand that.
But people just want to pick at the words that he say,
I see what you
play
mean.
that clip over and
I see
over
what
again.
yeah, I see what you mean.
And even you said it had you made you feel a certain way. If you go back and watch the entire speech and see everything that he was saying around that, you'd be like, yeah, I kind of agree with that.
Don't get me wrong. I think the immigration system
Oh, it's
it's
complete hell.
it's hell right now. there's so many people coming in, and we don't know where to put them.
They shouldn't be coming in. You should be waiting in line just like everybody else. There's a way to come in the country. You have to be vetted. You have to know where you're coming from, just so you can't just walk in and say, "Hey, I'm here now." A country without borders is not a country,
No, I get it. You need like
dude. Even our ancestors, well, yeah, even your ancestors had to go through Ellis Island, had to be processed.
are
My
we
ancestor sure as hell did.
are we still running the wall?
The wall, Biden started building it again.
I don't see how the wall's gonna work.
It was working.
No, like I think that like see
Like, what do you?
what's confused me about this wall is the way some people talk about it. Like it's gonna be like a whole like I guess when I'm thinking of a wall, I'm thinking like the shit like the Great Wall of China. That's the way that's the way people like that's the way people I've seen people talk about. But then when I'm thinking like
Yeah.
when you're talking about the border, I'm like it's got to be hard to really make a border because like
No, that's why they actually need is border wall, but it's supposed to be about like 20 feet deep. Even though, yes, you can still. You know how hard it is to go underneath a 20 foot deep fucking wall.
that's why because I was like El Chapo's people were not playing.
Yeah, I know.
They were not
And
playing.
yes, people will go over it, but you know how much easier it is to catch people. And yes, people will try, but there won't be 10,000 people a day crossing the border.
I don't get me wrong, you do need to stabilize the immigration system. You 100% need to stabilize the shit. I'm not even
There
going
needs to be
front on
again. There
that.
needs to be a process before you come into the country. You need to be
You
vetted.
do you do need to stabilize it.
It has to be done. You can't just let
I will
everybody in.
say this. I do think some of y'all pervert what Trump is saying,
Oh, they do,
and y'all seem a little racist in the way you pervert it. Some of y'all do.
and it's
I'm
all.
not saying everybody racist. I'm saying the way some people you do y'all do we got yeah people do the same shit on the left as they do on the right. Y'all find some niche and you twist the shit and you like push it out and I'm like, damn, you making it a little bit more darker than dude was over here and now it's I don't know, man. I do agree with Chris Christie. If you keep doing this shit, you're gonna make the man a martyr.
You're just making people want to vote
You're
for him.
just like that's like telling a teenager or a little kid don't do something, they're gonna keep doing it.
Now, people, it's at the point now where people, you know what? Let's put him in there just to see what he
People
does
are
to you.
gonna vote for him just for the fuck of it now.
They just want to see what he does to y'all
Yeah,
when
like
he's in
that's
there.
and honestly, that ain't good to me. To get the vote like that ain't good. Now the MAGA, y'all MAGA people got me concerned, bro.
Why? What now?
All like like I said, if you want to vote for Trump, that's your business. But the way some people's eyes like flare up for him,
Oh, those are. Dude, you got fanatics all over the place.
my God, like what the second coming of Jesus is around the corner.
That's not all MAGA.
No, they're
No.
look, just some of you. I'm
Oh,
just like, can we bring
oh
it
yeah.
down a notch?
There are some people that go little in.
I'm like, black people weren't even this excited for Obama. I'm like, can we bring it? I don't think any politician should be treated like a god.
No,
No,
no, no, no, no.
they're humans too.
He's still a man.
He's still a human being. But like some of you, it's like, guys, he don't. Some no, I think some of you, the way y'all idolize him, it's like you know him on a personal level. I'm like, bro,
No.
don't even know you, homie. Like he don't know who you are. He don't know your family. Bring it down a notch.
All I know is he's a politician that can't be bought, and it's beautiful watching all the elites squirm and cry. And he's doing something right if he's making all these powerful people squirm.
There is this saying: if everybody loves you, you're doing something wrong.
He's got a lot of people that hate him.
He does have a lot that hate him.
Must be doing something right.
I don't know, man. Like,
Must be doing something right.
now to me, for example, I'm gonna say this. Y'all get on my ass all you want. If he did all this shit, yada yada yada, doing all this heavy crime shit, boom 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 boom.
What heavy crime?
No, I'm saying as a hypothetical. I'm
I,
saying get him the fuck out. I would say the same thing if Obama did shit.
if he did a legit crime,
Like I would
but
even say
again,
Obama, get out. You can't
again, show me one piece of legit evidence that he committed a crime. Holding boxes from his own presidential campaign, please, please, please get the hell out of here with that. He had presidential immunity. It's automatically going to be thrown out.
My question is, what did he need him for?
Presidential records.
But like,
Most
if
of it was
you,
newspaper clippings in boxes.
but like,
Dude, you're president of the United States. You're not going to keep mementos? Come on. Tell me you're not going to keep
but like,
newspaper clippings and shit.
like the way I was seeing shit, like, unless the I'm seeing how this shit was being stored, and I'm laughing. I'm laughing because I'm like, damn, you can't store this shit any better than this. Like, bro, they was in a bathroom. Like, you don't got a safe, bro.
They turned the room into a safe.
They did.
Yeah, that was the whole point.
Like the bathroom was turned into a.
It was
I just thought the way he was storing the shit was sloppy.
it's a room.
Like,
What does it matter?
I get what you said, but like to me, I'm like the way I'm seeing it is like, okay, this is government shit. Like,
Did you see the size of that bathroom?
no, I get what you, but like,
What? Maybe you want to be talking. Maybe you want to be taking a shit while you're walking with your mementos.
I don't, I
Why
don't leave
give
my important shit in a bathroom.
You don't have that size of a bathroom.
Bro,
That might. Maybe it
a
was.
little bathroom lock. Like,
That's not what it was.
he had like security on the shit, right?
Yeah.
Like I told you guys, I can't do news all the time. It hurts my. Then I saw the boxes on. Well, the boxes on the stage that could have been just after they
That was staged by the FBI. That was
were
staged.
just like processing the shit.
That was staged by the FBI.
But
That was also
my whole thing is like, Trump, would you like what did you really need shit for?
every president takes records.
I
Every
mean,
single
Biden
one.
had some records. That's
And
true.
he wasn't even president at the time.
That's true.
He didn't have presidential.
That's but,
Fucking Mike Pence had goddamn documents.
okay, here's my other question.
It's the documents are stupid.
Does the vice president have any fucking power whatsoever?
No, not really. They have whatever.
Why do we? This is my thing. Why do we keep? Why do I keep seeing this thing that Pence can overturn elections?
No, he could have sent it back. He couldn't overturn the election. He could have sent the electors back to the legislates because the electors weren't certified because the election was in doubt. That's constitutionally
Is
illegal.
that what Trump is fucking talking about?
That's what he was talking about. Yeah,
Trump needed to clarify that shit. He didn't clarify that.
that's because that's what he could have done.
So then here's my thing. Trump needs to clarify. If you're going to be in a position of power, Trump needs to clarify it. Because this dude was all on the videos. He was all on Twitter, what was called at the time, saying Pence should have done the right thing and overturned the election.
Well, technically, that's what he would have done. That he would have overturned the results of that election and sent it back to the electorates because it would have overturned the certification of.
So you're just going to invalidate a whole bunch of people's votes?
It's not invalidating the people's votes. It's invalidating the collection of the votes because you can't validate that the actual people voted. Because then by accepting that group, you're validating all the people who legitimately voted for people who didn't. You can't validate that there was enough legitimate votes. But the problem is they couldn't validate that there was enough fraudulent votes that could have reflected the election.
And I think that, like,
Which I think that was the core of it.
I don't, which
could,
is why I understand like of a couple hundred like
which is why Pence technically should have sent it back to each individual state, and then each individual state's elected electors, which the people who elected the state legislators,
yeah,
the state legislators would then vote whichever president they wanted.
because that's the way I was seeing it. Because when they're saying this like all this fraud is happening, I'm like, I don't think it's a significant amount.
There was fraud, just not in.
That's what I'm saying. I don't think
They're
it's
actually finding more and more and more. Or you see the people that were caught on video in Connecticut, New York, or Massachusetts rather,
I saw the thing about Connecticut. I did see the thing about
and the
Connecticut.
lady in Massachusetts that was put that
And I,
over
and
was
I
with
think
18.
what people were upset about was on a grand span, it's like statistics. I don't think there was enough significant to give Trump the win he wanted.
No, but it might have made it to the point where he might have got more electoral votes in certain spots.
Like to say, like people say, oh, like the way people I see people talk about it, whether it's political commentators or just people on social
But
videos.
the problem is because they look at the overall count. If you go to individual counties and individual actual spots, that's where technically it could have been significant enough. Because in certain spots, there was only a difference of like 12,000 votes.
So you're saying what they're okay? So you're saying
It wasn't
taking
widespread.
the taking the like the fuck ups from individual counties.
What I'm saying, it wasn't widespread fraud, it was isolated fraud.
Okay,
In which isolated fraud technically can sway the election because in certain states flip one way or another those electoral votes that go to a certain way. You see what I mean? And that's technically starting to be proven.
that's like to me. I don't think like
Was it widespread fraud? No.
no, I don't think it was widespread.
But was it isolated fraud? Yes.
Like I personally, me when the whole Trump versus Biden election, I I don't think everybody who voted Biden, I don't think they supported Biden.
No, they voted against Trump.
I just think enough people didn't fucking like Trump. I think that's what it was.
Oh, it was a lot of writing. It was mail-in ballots.
I think that's what it was.
It's mail-in ballots.
So I think so. Like when
Democrats
everyone's
changed it.
saying, "Oh, everyone's a Biden support," I'm like, it's not it. I just think enough people got tired of Trump.
No, no. The Democrats changed the voting laws in a lot of places, and they overwhelmed the system with mail-in ballots. Were they all legit or not? Who knows? We can't prove it all.
I mean, I feel like you got to have absentee ballots. What about college kids?
You have to prove that you need an absentee ballot. It shouldn't be over 90% of the voter base mailing in the vote.
But then you had COVID. People were afraid to go outside.
I understand at that point. Trust me, I understand.
That part I can get. People were,
I get at that point. But it
which to
should,
me,
but it should
personally, to
be
me, I think personally that's where the Republicans fucked up in their campaigning
Oh yeah, the
because they didn't
Republicans
use it. So Democrats said, "Let's go."
exactly. Democrats took advantage of the
They
new
used
laws that they created.
which strategy wise,
They caught the
it's
Republicans
fucking
sleeping.
smart. I'm sorry.
They caught the Republicans.
Caught the Republicans sleeping. That's fucking to me is like honestly, you can't get mad at that. That's just smart.
But guess what? Ain't gonna happen again.
Like
You only gonna. That's a trick that only happens once.
like fair. But I think
But
that's what happened. That's what happened.
definitely.
That's smart.
But
To me, that's smart.
but you know what happens when you can't use that trick again? You indict your opponent and you try to remove him from the ballot, or in some cases, you actually do.
I'm
If you can't beat him,
what gets me is when people think the man's gonna end up in like maximum security. Like they ain't putting the motherfucker in general pop.
people
Like
don't,
calm down.
people don't understand. Even in prison, Secret Service is with him.
Like bro, he's not going to general pop. Calm down.
You President does not ever
No,
lose Secret Service. He's
no,
got Secret
it's
Service
not
for life.
like damn.
You understand?
All you think this man's gonna be in like maximum security prison,
Yeah, with
23 hours a day. That's not what they're gonna do. He's not fucking Pablo Escobar. They deny or El Chapo. They're not gonna do that. But I'm for the people deciding president.
yeah,
100% for that.
Supreme Court needs to step in and say no state can remove him. The people need to decide
I'm
if they want to vote
curious
for or against.
when they're gonna decide it.
It might be right
Like
after the new year.
that's what I'm thinking.
And probably, I think they're
Or
gonna.
they just say they're not gonna make a decision.
No, they'll make a decision.
No, like whether they like
Because if they don't make a decision, then you're gonna have every single state ruling in one way or the other, and then
yeah, you're
that's
just gonna
gonna.
have states popping up.
But then it's not just this election. What
The
happens the next time?
next one, yeah.
Every time there's a candidate that a certain state doesn't want, they're going to be able to remove them from the ballot. We'll never have elections will be in chaos from forever forward. The Democrats have no idea the fucking can of worms they just opened. It's not just Trump. It's going forward.
Yeah, because then you got elections for Congress.
It's people. People are looking at this in an isolated thing. It's not just Trump. If they
Congress
do
got
it,
more power than the fucking president does.
yeah, they do.
So I don't. That's the thing that gets me is when you whether it's Trump or Biden, you think a president can go up and do bam, bam. That's not how it fucking works, man.
Well, though Biden did just go. He said he went around Congress and just gave Israel a bunch of stuff. I just saw the notification. He skipped through Congress and just gave a bunch of stuff to
I
Israel.
don't think presidents should be able to go just executive order, executive order, like it's like nowadays. That's what it seems like people want: executive order, executive order, executive. You can't do that
You shouldn't be able to rule by dictation.
because Thank you. That just seems more like a dictatorship then.
You executive order should have boundaries.
Yeah, I agree with that. You can't just executive order your way through power.
You
I
can't.
agree
You
with
shouldn't be
that.
able to executive order a war.
No, I don't like that.
You shouldn't be able to
Damn,
executive order war support.
I ain't even gonna lie to you, bro. Y'all gonna catch me on some shit because I don't remember half the crap. Like,
But I'm gonna be honest with you. A lot of the stuff with that you think you know about Trump, it's probably you are completely backwards on.
I'll say this. I will say this. No one had it. You didn't hear people say jack shit about the man before 2016.
You actually have people, a ton of people rapping. He's been in a ton of rap songs.
Yeah,
Yeah, people
I will say that.
people loved this guy
I
before
will
he
say
before he
that
got into
people
politics.
you didn't hear jack. I think even Floyd Mayweather said that.
All of a sudden,
You
he
didn't hear
jumped into
jack shit about.
politics.
No one was complaining about him since. I will say you had small complaints. No one was complaining about him like this
No,
since before 2016. I'll say that.
no, he was beloved. He
Shit.
was.
Um. Well, let's I guess continue to see how much more of a martyr you're gonna make him, which I don't like you
Yeah.
doing that.
The more they attack him, the more they make people go, you know
Um.
what? I can't wait to see what he does to y'all when he's in there.
Sometimes I will
Like I
think.
said before,
Sometimes I do think Trump needs to be clarifying more in his position on certain things. I do think that.
I understand where you want clarification,
I do think
but
he
in
does.
a lot of TV spots, you got 30 seconds and you have to be simple and to the point.
That's true. And the
He's
only
a
reason
TV guy, so he tries to be as simple and
true,
understanding to make as many people understand what he's saying. I know you want detailed explanation, thought out.
you have to. I think with that platform,
There's
that level of
no
leadership, I
nobody
think,
gives him that time.
which is why I agree.
And if you actually did you ever have you ever sat down and listened to a full interview from him, or just all his clips?
I've seen interviews where he explains more in interviews,
That's my point.
which is why I also,
He needs to sit down in more long form
which
interview
is
style
also
stuff.
why I think is stupid in like presidential debates.
Yeah.
Oh, how would you address the immigration policy? You have 30 seconds.
Go.
You can't answer that in 30
You,
seconds.
you see my point?
You
Like
can't.
when he's on TV and they're giving him 30 seconds
Yeah,
to get
you can't.
why he's simple to the point,
How would you
precise.
fix the criminal justice system? 2 minutes. You can't do that in 2 minutes.
Exactly. You can't have
You
it.
can't. It would take you probably over a day to fully explain the whole criminal justice system.
So now think back to all the times you've seen those little clips and stuff from him now.
No, yeah, the clips fuck it up. I'm not gonna lie.
You've said it yourself. When you think about the contrast when he's in a long form interview or when he's just doing a TV spot, he's completely different. He's trying to be quick, precise, get that information out as quick as possible. Long form interview, he's sitting down, he's being precise, he's trying to talk you through exactly what he's thinking.
Damn. No, no,
He does that on purpose.
I'm all for him going on Joe Rogan.
He sh-
I'd watch it. I'm all for him going on Joe
that's on
Rogan.
Joe, though.
That is on Rogan.
That's on
I'm
Joe.
all for him going on it.
Joe should definitely
I
have
would
one.
because
It would be Joe's biggest show ever.
don't get me wrong. If see the thing about it, if Trump says something dumb, Rogan's gonna say, Trump, come on now.
Yeah, Joe will call him out.
Joe will call him out. I've seen him do it where he's done it to religious people, law enforcement officers, entertain. Like Joe will say, "All right, stop. Let's address this."
Yeah.
So I'm for that.
I would love
I'm
to see.
100% for that.
I would love it.
I would watch it. I'm gonna watch that one.
I think if he ever had next time he has a rally in Texas, They definitely.
We spent so much on this, man.
Yeah,
Damn. We addressed 45 minutes.
I think we addressed a decent amount.
We addressed a lot in this, man. Damn.
But I think, especially with Trump, you need to see more context around what he's speaking.
Listen, man,
Because
I'm
they try to
open-minded
make-
to seeing things people I don't even agree with. Yeah, Umar Johnson. We just did it. We just did it, my guy.
Stevie Knight said it best. Shout out
But
Stevie Knight.
man, I guess we'll see what happens.
But again,
America.
before you should ever remove anybody from anything, actually charge them with insurrection first. You can't just say
That's like the cash bail system. Don't sit somebody in jail because they match the description. Go find the motherfucker who committed the crime.
Yeah.
Of course, everybody doesn't have immediate money in the bank to bail themselves out.
I can understand the 24-hour to make sure that you have the guy, but if you don't,
Yeah, but don't have them
release him.
sitting there for a week and a half.
No, 24 hours.
That's ridiculous.
You got 24 hours to you. How long does it really take in today's age to run Prince?
Like, and if you actually do your damn job as a police officer,
Yeah,
in a department, do your damn job.
because again, if somebody matches the description, you have to hold them to make sure that they might.
I can understand. Like, I can understand 24 hours.
Not a week.
Go through their story, run prints, run ID, run what you got to run. Don't have people, black, white, male, female, sitting up in the shit for a week and be like, "Oh, we're sorry."
How about 3 years in solitary confinement with no charges?
Who's up in there? Who the fuck is in solitary confinement with no charges?
What's up, J6ers?
The who?
J6ers? January 6th?
Oh, Vito. I thought you said people from the 76ers.
No.
I said, what the
J6.
Who the fuck up on Philly back there?
J6ers. There's still people that are sitting in solitary confinement 3 years later, no charges.
You know what solitaire does to a person's mind?
Oh, yeah.
Like, humans are not supposed to be in solitary confinement. The human mind can't take isolation.
And again, if you committed violence on that day, you should.
Yeah, you got to do your time, homie.
But compared to the amount of people that they've gone after, the amount of people that actually committed violence is very small compared to what they're saying happened. We've seen the footage now. We've seen it.
Oh, excuse me. I got pissed off you motherfuckers carrying Nazi flags through the Capitol. That shit pissed me off.
Well, that was also people that did that are stupid. And
I'm like, bro, that's what we fought against in World War II. Why are you pulling that through the Capitol? Fuck out of here with that.
And then you got Canadian government standing up and cheering for a Nazi.
Fuck the Nazis, man.
You saw that, right? They did that. You saw
Canadians
that.
are cheering for Nazis now?
Yeah, they celebrated the guy because he fought against the Russians in World War II.
Dude, fuck Nazis.
You didn't know that?
Nah.
They cheered a German soldier because he fought against the Russians, and they didn't realize he was a
that's
Nazi.
like when Kanye was up there freaking bugging with the whole interview.
Yeah.
You know some shit is weird when Alex Jones is uncomfortable.
Yeah.
Like, but guys, we will stop ranting.
Yeah, we could go off another hour.
Yeah, I don't know. I
Again,
forgot where we got off track.
I'm not trying to make Ian like Trump. I'm just trying to make Ian understand Trump, not hate him just because of what the media says about him. Have his own opinion about him.
The media does that now against artists.
Yeah,
they do it to
matter.
fucking everyone. But damn, I hope you guys enjoyed the conversation. I don't know what you skimmed through. I don't know what you heard.
Let us know your thoughts down below.
I don't know what you misquoted me and Vito on. But,
sure.
Oh, God, 45 minutes of shit.
Yes, I can't wait.
And you know you in the wrong.
Ian, why are you saying
Oh, no, what gets me? I meant to say this. The amount of times that me and Vito done said our fucking names on this platform. And y'all still go, the black guy in the glasses on the left and the white dude on the right. I'm like, bro, we say our name at the beginning of every. Like,
and before I say anything, before anyone gets mad at the fact that I'm voting for Trump, show me one person on the other side that is even worthy of a vote.
Don't get me wrong, Democrats lack candidates.
Show me one.
I'll say
person.
that. I will say that. Who's the candidate?
that has
Oh,
any
at
chance of
least the
winning.
Republican Party got options. What we got? Biden.
And I'm not saying, oh, well, you could vote third party. Why? What does that do?
But that's
It's a wasted vote.
I'm technically you're still voting,
But
but like
they have no shot of winning
they
to
ain't
have
got
any change
yeah.
in this country.
And it's unfortunate.
It is
It
unfortunate.
is unfortunate that all the money's through the Democrat and Republican
I
Party.
wish there was a legitimate third
I
party,
wish, I
but
wish,
unfortunately
man.
now there isn't.
Bernie was riding strong until he gave it to Hillary. Bernie was going hard, man, until he gave it to Hillary.
And then Trump just smacked Ted Cruz all around that stage and then
I
became
also think
president.
with Hillary, she didn't stand up enough for herself against Trump.
What do you mean? She started a whole fake investigation to try to get
Well, it was during the when they
to a
were
debate.
debating, he was kind of just following her around the stage.
Yeah, no. But she didn't really he kept hitting her on points that she couldn't respond to. The tax thing was beautiful.
Oh
You
yeah,
guys could change it. You've been in politics for years. You could have changed the tax codes, but you don't because you and your friends take advantage of them. And I take advantage of the same things that you and your friends do. And nobody could say anything. And she couldn't say anything because she takes
yeah.
advantage.
They got to fix the way they tax people. They got to fucking fix
If they
that.
wanted to, they would could.
I know
And
they don't want to.
because they take
But
advantage of
it don't to me it don't make any damn sense that we're squeezed for every dollar, but they're not.
AOC's been there for how long, bitching and complaining. What have they done to the tax code?
We're squeezed for every dollar.
We get taxed even more, and they want more money from us.
Yeah, we get taxed from every dollar, but the rich don't.
There has been nothing else.
It's ridiculous, bro.
But they
You
want
wonder
his,
why people can't afford shit.
and they wonder why people are going to go nuts and put this man back into power. Because when he was president, we had more money in our wallets. I know you like that $2 gas. I miss a $2 gas. I miss a $2. Damn, you know you can't.
Oh, guys, okay, we're almost at.
We really gotta end this.
Oh, what's the hour now? Bullshit now, guys. I hope you enjoyed this conversation. Like, comment, subscribe, blow us up, y'all.
Stop and spend the time with us. Hit that notification bell and give it a share because it does help the channel out.
Please and thank you.
Later, y'all.
Peace.